We all have a home at Knox Central. The culture in Knox County fuels us. It drives us to band together from all walks of life. From the hollers of Artemis and Trosper to the mountains of Flat Lick and Stinking Creek. The Cumberland River flows through our old Kentucky home. The hills of Cannon and Girdler to the familiar streets of Barberville. Our legacy depends on Knox Central. We are one county, united by one school, with one vision.
Knox Central Panthers back to Rupp Arena. 3 years in a row, folks.
We all have a home at Knox Central.
Pineville takes it in, Knox Central, Class 4A regional champion. Knox Central High School.
All you have to do is ask yourself, why not KC?
Welcome, Panther Nation, to tonight's doubleheader between the Knox Central Panthers and the Pineville Lions. Tonight's our first stream of a doubleheader here at Knox Central High School for a 51st District matchup. We are waiting for the introduction of the starters to get this contest going.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups. First, from the Pineville Lady Lions. Introducing first, number 10, Addison Arnett. Number 14, Rachel Howard. Number 15, Eva Arnett. Number 25, Cameron Billiter. And number 32, Madison Johnson. The Lady Lions are led by Coach Elton Green.
Now your starting lineups for the Knox Central Panthers tonight. At guard, number 3, Kelsey Smith. Number 33, Mackenzie Hensley. Number 14, Chubby Mills. Number 13, Hannah Melton. And number 35, Hallie Collins.
Number 14, Shelby Mills. Number 3, Mackenzie Hensley. Number 15, Hannah Melton.
This team came out with a lot of confidence tonight after their win over Jackson County. I'm now joined by my co-host, Harrison Trosper.
I don't know who that is. How's it going, Travis? How you doing?
Very good. You doing all right?
I'm doing great. I ran all the way from Two Amigos up to here. Ran the whole way.
Way to go.
Yeah.
You ready to call some basketball?
I'm really get my breath first. Whew. So you have two teams right here that have shown they can compete with each other in the district. Pineville's been definitely a team that you need to watch out for. You know, they have a star-studded defense. They can hit those shots, but Lady Panthers have always just been able to get the best of them whenever it comes district time or maybe in these little games in the regular season. So I'm happy to see two teams like this battle it out today. This is going to be a good game.
This is going to be a good game. Anytime you're going against someone in your district, you bring out the very best out of each other. No matter if you are 5-15 or you're 15-0, you're going to play your very best when you're coming up against that district team.
And not a lot of people realize that. Whenever it comes to district play, your record's 0-0.
Pineville wins the tip-off.
Pineville's going to win that tip right there. Just going to kind of hold it at the volleyball line. A lot of cuts, a lot of backdoor action, a lot of face guarding for the Panthers. A little man-to-man, not letting anything, just trying to not let any drives happen. Great defense by Mackenzie Hensley as it's an air ball.
Panthers get the ball. Number 3, Kelsey Smith bringing it up.
Over to Mills. Mills 29 against Jackson County. That Jackson County team is a very good team. Smith starting tonight.
When you're that home team, you always want to strike first if you can.
That was her money spot last night, just that little play where they would just shuffle around a little bit. It'd give Shelby just enough room to chuck up a 3, and she'd drill it almost every time. As Allie Collins, I mean, that's always you. And if you've watched Lady Panther basketball the last 2 years, you know that's basically an automatic shot.
I'd love to see her percentage in the paint.
Oh, 100%. Hannah Melton last night had a big offensive performance, scoring 18 points, I believe, while also recording about 11 or 12 rebounds.
Panthers staying in the man-to-man.
Drains a 3.
3 by number 32, Madison Johnson. Smith bringing the ball up. Over to Mills.
Collins in the low post, and Hannah Melton's going to take a jumper, hits it off the front iron. Mountain Lions grab the rebound. Try and bully Hallie Collins.
Good defense by Collins.
Great defense. He has
a tough shot.
Whenever person who's played basketball, you can tell there's just nothing you can even really do about that right there if you don't without fouling, of course. But drives like that.
Turnover by Hensley.
Great defense so far by the Mountain Lions. Like I said, star-studded defense, and they can hit down the shots when it matters. But
steal by Melton.
Yeah, little mistakes right there will kill
Melton
you.
bringing it up on her own. Takes it all the way to the basket and scores. Melton for 2.
Hannah Melton, one of my favorite players to watch, especially in this region. And I said last night, her and her brother are the most underrated players in their respective, genders. Whenever it comes to the 13-inch basketball, but as a 3, he's gonna now extend the lead to 4 for the Mountain Lions.
Number 15, Ava Arnett.
Mills gets just enough room for an open 3-pointer, but can't knock it down.
Good. Pine with the rebound.
The Panthers are playing good defense, but Mountain Lions are hitting their open shots.
They should have the
Another 3
tonight.
right there. Like I said, they're hitting their shots. And
Number 25, Cameron Billiter.
Seems to be some discussion.
Got an official timeout right here. Maybe some confusion between the officials. Panthers going to take the ball out at the half-court line.
I mean, you've got a classic coming up after this, where Knox Central's boys will be taking on Pineville. Oh, what a jumper right there from Hallie Collins.
Panthers just aren't on it tonight.
Great moves getting in that open space. They just can't knock down those shots. And see, you look at this great defense, but out of bounds. Look like the back of her heel hit that baseline.
We're going to get a timeout by the Knox Central Lady Panthers. Coach Steve Warren probably just assessing what's happening on the court. Maybe having his girls come up close on that three-point line to stop some of those threes. They've hit 3 threes already here in the first 2 minutes of the game. You take those away, you've got the lead. They've hit 1 layup, looks like.
It's good to see Pineville come out like that because in the past, the Panthers try to, the Lady Panthers, they'll try and stifle you that first little bit, and they'll try and use their lightning quick pace, and they'll try and score. They'll try to get out to a big lead, and that Pineville is, kind of shut down what they're trying to do, and they predicted what they were going to do. So it's good to see that coming out the gate for the Mountain Lions. Now you just got to see how the Panthers are going to respond as Kelsey Smith goes up strong but misses.
Pineville bringing the ball up. Panthers still in that man-to-man. Another tough shot. Another tough shot by Pineville.
From Collins, there's nothing that you can do about that.
Hallie played right up on top of her, but that, man, she just put it up. Couldn't do anything against that. Good job on Collins not to foul there, though. Good take by Hensley.
Cuts the lead to 7 for the Mountain Lions. Halfway through that first quarter, you've let up 13 points, but you've only scored 6 of your own. Mountain Lions been pretty hot as she's just going to skip it up to Mills. Way too much mustard on it.
Turnover by the Panthers. Be the Lions ball.
You see, it's a big district game, so you can't really, you don't realize the impact that these headsets have until you take it off. You can't hear a word. But you know what I could hear in this headset? I could hear Steve Warren yelling at Hallie Collins, just make that pass. That's all you need. Cut that lead down to 5. But it's great to hear coaching.
Another
like
three
that.
by the Lions.
Ooh,
in and out.
Very lucky right there. That didn't go in. It's going to be a foul. If they're going to go to the line for 2, I thought may have been on the floor, but they're going to give her the 2 shots on that. That was going to go on Kelsey Smith.
It looked like on the floor to me, too, and honestly, that looks like the same play over and over and over. I don't know what the difference was there.
Yeah. Brings that first free throws. Maggie Gibson's going to check in for Hannah Milton. Sophomores made a big impact on this team. Been one of the, whether it be Hannah Melton needs to come out or Hallie Collins needs to come out, she comes in, she fills that role completely. She can play good defense. She has a lot of length, so she could score the ball. Definitely a big contributor to this team, even though she might not start. As another automatic jumper.
Another bucket for Hensley.
Great bucket.
Panthers with a steal.
Mills hops right on top of it. Stops for the 2, a long 2. Misses it, so she missed that long.
Kelsey
right
Smith
there.
with 2 offensive rebounds this game already.
Smallest one on the court, too. But if she misses that long right there, she takes one step back behind that three-point line and makes it a three-pointer, you think that shot maybe goes in.
It's got a good shot. She loves that three-point ball. Out of bounds, going to be Lions ball. Panthers with that tight defense still in that man-to-man. Double team here for the Panthers. There we
That's
go.
something, if you've been watching the Lady Panthers these past few games, they've had a really big emphasis on hands-up defense. No really swatting at the ball and, kind of stupid mistakes as Shelby Mills misses that 3. If you'll notice, it's a lot more hands-up as there's going to be a foul going up on there. The chance to double the amount of points the Lady Panthers have if they drain 2 right here, as Sydney Hurst is going to check into the game.
Fouls on number 32, Maggie Gibson, her first. One thing you don't want to do is get in foul trouble with the Mountain Lions. Good free throw shooting team.
Drains both of them. And now double the amount of points that the Lady Panthers have, who kind of try and pride themselves on how quickly they can score and how lightning fast they can play, but they aren't showing it right now. Gibson goes up with a hook shot, gets stuffed, but Collins gets it off the glass.
Hallie with that nice offensive rebound to put back up. That's one thing she's known for, the 13th district. I've had the opportunity to ref across the region, and I've heard coaches all over the place. When they think Hallie Collins, they think bucket getter in the post. They think one of the best rebounders in the 13th region, if not the best rebounder. Could be a jump ball.
And rebounding, Zoe Hamilton's going to check in the game. Rebounding, it's all about timing. It's all about being physical. So rebounding is an art. It really is. Not a lot of people think, if you're just in the right place at the right time, a lot of people think it's luck. But there's a science behind rebounding.
There is.
Hamilton gives it back to Hurst. I feel like Hamilton just should have taken it right there as Mills drains the 3.
For number 14, Shelby Mills.
Huge night last night for Shelby Mills.
Sometimes what she needs to do is just once she finds that streak, she's good to go. She may miss the first 3 or 4, but she's not going to give up, and that's what you got to do as a shooter.
And you'll hear a lot of athletes, not just basketball, you know, if you're a baseball player, it's that first, you know, if you're nervous before a game, it's that first hit or that first out that you make. And Shelby Mills makes that layup right there. Once you hit that first shot, once you get that first hit of the game, once, you know, you make a pancake block or you can run somebody over, all your nerves kind of just kind of flushes out of you.
It's going to be a timeout for the Pineville Lady Lions.
You know, I was talking last night towards the beginning of the game. I remember, you know,
Steal by Maggie.
a great steal there from Gibson. Shelby Mills just kind of stops towards the free throw line. Holding on to it at the volleyball line, looking for a screen. Hurst makes a backdoor cut, but Mills doesn't want it. Misses the floater. Gibson puts it back up, gets another chance at it. It's going to be a jump ball, possession arrow Mountain Lions. But as I was saying, you know, my dad being the principal, I used to come to a lot of games, and I remember coming to the girls' games and there being literally nobody.
Yep.
And so to see how much this gym is transformed and how this culture is transformed around, you know, Lady Panther basketball, because that was sort of like, nobody went to the girls' games. Like, obviously, you went to the boys' games. They're 3-time region champs. But they've developed themselves into a program that, in a competitive game, like whenever they play against Corbin, like I remember them playing against Corbin, I think maybe last year or 2 years ago, both sides of the gym were packed out, blue and red, and you love to see something like that, and you love to see the growth that you've had in women's basketball over the last few years, not only at Knox Central, but across the world.
Yeah, across the world. I mean, you're seeing girls basketball just develop and to evolve into something that people want to come to. And when you see these players put in the work, and you come and you watch it, it makes you want to come back. And that's the thing about these double headers too, is you get more and more of the community to come. It's not the same people over and over. Now they come to the girls' game, they stay for the boys' game, vice versa. It's like Pineville's going to be moving into a press, which was broken pretty easily.
Hensley doesn't want the shot. Gibson's going to take a three. Misses
no good.
As you know, she had to get that up right
She
there.
had to, yeah. That's the end of the first quarter. The Lady Panthers 17, the Lady Pineville Mountain Lions 18.
So, you teach JAG here at the high school, and you have a chance to work with a couple of these girls with the JAG program. So what's it like seeing them on the court when you also see them in the classroom?
Man, you see that leadership out there, not just from the classroom. You see it go from the classroom to the court, from the court to the classroom. I have the opportunity to have Sydney Hurst, Hannah Melton in my classroom. Hannah Melton's actually one of my JAG officers.
We're going to go to an ad break here real quick.
We are back starting the second quarter.
Gives it over to the short corner, out on the wing. Had an open three right there, decided not to take it.
You can tell by the spread of the offense here for Pineville, they are looking for that three ball tonight.
You see as they airball it right there, but, you know, all night that shot's been falling in.
Hamilton for three.
Hamilton misses
good.
it.
Sydney Hurst with offensive rebound.
And that's another thing that shined last night against Jackson County is so many second, third, fourth, even fifth chance shots as Hamilton just a scramble for the ball, can't get to it. Gonna drive it with her left hand on Mills. Great defense there from Shelby Mills.
Offensive rebound by the Lions. Foul number 33, Mackenzie Hensley. That's one thing about Mackenzie, man. She is fierce on the floor. Don't care to play up in the face of anybody else.
Like I said last night, one of I'm taking Mackenzie Hensley's defense over any other guard in the region. It is impeccable. Open corner three right there. Misses it. Hensley grabs the rebound. She's going to drive right behind Hallie Collins, just lays it up, misses it. It hits off of Hallie's knee.
You think about the evolution of, not necessarily the evolution, but maybe the transition of Mackenzie, who played point guard last year for the Lady Panthers, now playing more like the small forward role for them.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit less pressure off of her.
Yeah.
Lets her focus more on, lets her help rebounding and scoring a lot more.
And so I interviewed Shelby after the game last night.
Good block by Mills.
By Shelby Mills. So I was talking to her about the depth on the team. As Collins can't hold on to the pass, but I talked to her about the depth on the team. That you have 5 girls that you could bring off that bench that could give you a bucket at any time that they need it. So they know that, yeah, they may mess up, or whenever they get tired, they don't have to think, oh, I've got to keep playing through this, because then, you want to be the tough person. You want to be the person that pushes through for their team, but it gets to a point where it actually costs your team. That's a great bucket right there with the left hand, but it gets to a point where it kind of costs your team. You playing at 50% is doing a lot less for the team than putting somebody out there that can give you 100%.
I agree.
Hensley jumper does not
No
fall
good.
in.
Going to go to the
Collins did not like that call right there. It's Hannah Melton and Kelsey Smith going to check into the game. Skips it up to the corner.
Another
Corner
three for Pineville. No good.
This is it.
It's going to be over the back on Pineville. Panther ball.
Fouls on number 11. Tara Strange, her first. Keepers.
Smith over to Melton. Melton down to Collins. Collins playing furious. Gets stuffed. Jump
Could be a jump ball.
Possession arrow Panthers.
Checking in for Lady Lions, number 14.
We'll stay with the Panthers.
Panthers are digging themselves in a hole right now. Collins goes up, almost gets the and one, but misses it. You see, and you're going to see Hallie right here go to the free throw line. One of my favorite free throw routines in the region that I've really ever seen. It's the same every time. It's fluid.
It is.
If you noticed last year, like I said last year on the streams all the time, she shoots the exact same and has the exact same routine as last year's, the boys' best player, Gavin Chadwell. Her and Gavin shot their free throws the exact same way.
I can tell you as a 30-year-old, I don't know if I could drop that low to come back up to shoot.
Exactly. Drains it. Hits both of them.
Good defense by the Lady Panthers.
It's going to be a walk right there. It looked like she picked up her pivot. You see, that's one of those moves right there that whenever I played this summer for Coach Madden, he tried to teach you. So it's where you pivot, and you just try to pivot into the next person, draw that foul. So I'm assuming she was trying to draw that foul right there. Maybe thought she could get a jump ball out of it. A lot of jump passes, something you don't really, it's working. They're up by one, and they're knocking down the shots, but as a coach, you don't want to see your players every pass having to jump up and move around and having to do
Three
crazy
for Hurst.
things as she.
Three! Bang for Sydney Hurst!
The first lead of the night since the first bucket was scored by the Panthers.
Good defense by Melton.
Hensley drives up with the right hand.
No good.
Misses it. Collins almost grabs it over to Melton. Skips it over to Collins. Up with the left hand. Almost gets the and one. Going to go to the line for two.
She's had a couple of those almost and ones tonight. Hallie's just so strong in the post. If I'm that coach for Pineville, I'm telling them, hey, if you're going to foul, you're going to have to make sure she doesn't get that and one.
Exactly. And this is that.
Number 14, Shelby Mills checking in. Mackenzie Hensley going out.
Student section theme for tonight is white lies.
I see more students piling in. Hallie hits the second.
Collins.
Good defense by the Panthers.
Shelby Mills looks like she wanted to make the extra pass right there to Hurst, but couldn't get over to her.
Gonna be a timeout from Pineville.
We're gonna take a little bit of an ad break right here.
Panthers still in the man-to-man defense. Ooh.
Ooh, over and back right there.
I think that's a missed
Ref
call.
doesn't see it. She has a better angle of it than I do, so I can't make that call. Almost another tough basket. Sort of that same play that she had been doing that scored the basket.
Good pass
what a
on Mills.
pass right there.
Oh, they're going to get a hand with that extra step.
Oh. I mean, that's the kind of pass that only she can make, that Coach Warren wouldn't make. Coach Warren wouldn't make you ride the pine for. Mills drives left.
Good take. Oh, in and out.
misses it.
Hallie with an offensive rebound.
Puts it
Put it back in.
That's a foul right there.
Kelsey a little late on that block.
Definitely a
Attempt.
foul. Thank you, Blue Willow Gifts of Barville. Blue Willow is located in the Parkway Plaza in Barville. Blue Willow offers one of the largest gift selections in southeastern Kentucky. For more information, follow them at Facebook at Blue Willow. Thank you to Army National Guard for sponsoring the stream. Get to 100% college tuition. For more information, go to nationalguard.com. Thank you, Mountain Advocate Media Paper, for supporting Knox Central Media students and the stream. The Mountain Advocate is Knox County's most reliable source of news, printing, copying sales, and much, much more. Stop by and see us at 214 Knox Street across from Subway in Barville, or call 606-546-9225. Also find them online at mountainadvocate.com.
Maggie and Mackenzie checking back in for the Panthers, the Lady Panthers.
Mills drives it, gets a screen from Gibson, gives it back to Gibson, over to Hensley in the corner. Hensley just going to kick it out to Hurst, gets another screen. A lot of screen and pass action from the Panthers. Tips away the pass. It's going to be a jump ball possession there on Mountain Lions.
One thing I will say, coming from the first quarter to the second quarter, I do think, even though they stayed in that man-to-man, the Panthers are playing much more aggressive defense this quarter, and I think that's helped get that lead.
It's kind of moving it around the three-point line, trying not to get it into the post, because that's what happens when you try to throw it into the post.
Shelby Mills with a steal. Takes it all the way coast to coast.
Great basket right there. Stops, pivots around, trying to skip it. Goes the same thing that ended up causing a turnover. Down in the post, trying to bully Gibson. That's going to be a foul on Gibson right there. She tried to stay as upright as possible, but ended up just leaning forward a little bit.
And that's all it takes for a ref to blow that whistle. As soon as a ref sees those hands go over or the shoulders come forward, they know it's not straight up anymore, and that gives them the free way to call a foul.
Drains the first one.
Misses the second. Maggie with the rebound.
Hensley going to slow it down. Got a 5-point lead, 2.5 to go in here in the half. Over to Gibson. Gibson
That was a
gets
good look.
fouled. I was talking last night about a sixth sense that this Lady Panthers team seems to have. It's like they know exactly who's open, when they're open, and where they're going to be open at. Like, it's the weirdest thing.
I was talking to some of my students about that. I said that's where it comes into play. These girls have played together for so long, and that's what helps build team chemistry. You see a lot of kids transfer after middle school to different high schools, but these girls have stayed together for so long and have played together since elementary school, and I feel like they know where each other's at all the time on the court.
Gibson nails the second one. Panthers now in the double bonus. An interesting rule change that took effect last year, rather than being a bonus, then a double bonus. It goes straight to a double bonus after 4 fouls in a quarter. But it resets as Collins has been stuffed. This is the first time I've seen Collins get stuffed this much, and let alone in a game. I've seen more stuffs this half than I have ever seen in my broadcasting career here at Knox.
Both teams playing excellent defense, and that's where we come into play when we said earlier, when you play that district team, that district rival, you're going to see much better defense and much better offense.
Tough bucket right there from Collins.
31-22, Lady Panthers on top.
Oh.
It's going to be another foul on Maggie.
Just hit that arm right there. It's just so close to just being a good quality block, but brought that arm down and smacked it a little bit.
Makes the first. Number 14, Rachel Howard for the Pineville Lady Lions. They seem to run their offense a lot through her.
Yes. Hurst going to drive it left out to Melton in the short corner. Misses it long. It's going to be Panther ball. Just to Collins.
Easy look. Ooh.
Oh, I was about to say
Rare
that's
miss
pretty
and-
much an open free. That's like a free throw to her, but she misses the shot.
Good defense by the Lady Panthers.
Coast to coast again, Shelby.
And
Mills.
one for Shelby
And
Mills.
one. She can go coast to coast quicker than anybody I've ever seen.
She may be one of the fastest girls in the 13th region when it comes from one end of the floor to the other on offense, especially with handling the ball.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can go down the court as quick as you want, but can you handle the ball correctly? Can you weave around defenders?
A lot of people look at Shelby Mills as a shooting guard,
Yeah.
but I think she truly is a good point guard because not a lot of girls can handle the ball that way and get up and down the court so fast.
And you've seen a sort of dynamic the past year or two with these Panther teams. You'll have one or two or maybe even three 8th graders, freshmen or sophomores, and then you'll have 2 or 3 seniors on the court. Like last year, for the region tournament for the boys, they had 3 8th graders and Hayden Melton, Evan Howard, and Grayson Burton starting. Then you had your only 2 seniors on the team, and Gavin Chadwell and Braden Mills starting. So you love to see that dynamic showing that the young guys can play with the top dogs, as Hensley misses that 3. But experience matters in high school. But if you can play with the top dogs, you can play with the top dogs.
Yeah, I agree. I don't care what grade you're in. If you can outplay, if a freshman can outplay a senior, I'm starting that freshman.
Checking in for the Lady Lions, number 10, Addison Burnett.
Looks like we have an injury on the court.
Hope she's okay.
Holding her hand.
Thank you, Talking Donkey Coffee House, located on the Court Square in Barville. Talking Donkey offers a huge variety of specialty coffee, sweets, lunch, yogurt, acai bowls, and much, much more. Find them on Facebook at Talking Donkey Coffee House or call them at 606-645-2040. Los Primos Mexican Restaurant, located on the Court Square in Barville, offers a wide variety of specialty, authentic Mexican dishes. Find them on Facebook at Los Primos Mexican or give them a call at 606-545-6000. Los Primos also provides to-go orders with DoorDash. Visit Los Primos today. You hate to see something like that. Quality player for the Mountain Lions.
Panthers going to be entering the ball from the baseline.
You see our trainer Shelby helping her out down there on the bench.
Panthers had a lot of misses in the paint tonight.
Wide open three, drains it.
I believe that's her second or third three of the night from that corner.
Oh, big stuff. Hallie Cole nails the and one going to the line. I think I've seen more blocks by I've never seen this Lady Panther team get stuffed so much.
That's one thing is they don't care to go in there and get stuffed, and they'll fight for the rebound.
And that's just one thing that it will eat away at teams is how many, like I said, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances.
Misses the free throw.
But 2 seconds left. We're going to go to the half. So as we go to the half, 36-27. Panthers lead by 9. So a big second quarter right there offensively for the Lady Panthers. The defense is just fine. You just got to knock down those shots. That's all you have to do. So I want to talk to you a little bit more about the JAG program here at Knox Central. So what does that sort of consist of to somebody that's completely new to it?
Okay, so JAG is Jobs for America's Graduates. I'm the JAG specialist here at Knox Central High School. So what we do in JAG is we help kids get ready for the transition from high school to the world, basically, whether it's going to the workforce, going to the military, going to college, to a technical school, whatever it is. We're here to help them. We love to have them as freshmen, but not always you get to have that all 4 years. But so these seniors I get to work with a lot. We work on getting their resumes ready. We help with job shadowing. I've got plenty of opportunities lined up for these seniors to go out and just explore the world. We also we get opportunity to take them to places to see careers and talk to people. With that, we're going to go to an ad break.
Yeah.
We are back, Panther Nation. Here to start the second half of this contest between the Knox Central Lady Panthers and the Pineville Lady Lions.
Panthers looking for a big half right here, trying to pull away from the Mountain Lions as they have not, they've obtained a double-digit lead once so far.
Good defense from Kelsey Smith.
As the Mountain Lions, they are not going to lay down, even if it is a 9-point deficit.
It's going to be a foul on Hallie Collins, our first of the night.
If you are a Knox Central student watching this stream, please, I cannot say it enough. Come into the student section. You don't even have to fit in with the theme. Just come in. See, some of my favorite memories as a high schooler, middle schooler, even elementary schooler was going up to the pep section. Always welcome with open arms. They don't care who's in there. Like I remember when Reed Shepherd came to town, going into that student section, just thinking, man, this is wild.
Panthers come out aggressive right here. Hallie Collins taking it in and makes it.
She hasn't really been hitting that tonight, but in the past, that's almost automatic for number 35.
McKenzie with the good defense right there.
Almost knocks joy out right there. I don't know what the school would do without her. Gilliter kind of hands it over. Smith playing great defense. Great bucket right there.
Hallie played the best defense you can play against that. I mean, all you can have to do is not foul.
She's done that all night.
Kelsey Smith with a good take right there.
I will say Pineville has had to earn every single bucket that they've taken. As Hallie Collins misses that three, foul, but Pineville has had to work for every bucket, every single bucket. They have had to work and work and work for it, and they've converted. And I'm very, very, very proud of this Pineville team.
They've come out and they knew it wasn't going to be an easy game for them. Anytime you play on the road, you know that home team's coming because they don't want to lose at their home court.
Yeah. This was supposed to be homecoming. They ended up getting moved to Friday night when there will be another doubleheader between the Panthers and Lincoln, boys and girls. Almost a travel out there.
Panthers playing great defense. Going to be a foul on Hallie Collins right here.
I believe that'll be
extended that arm out.
Second and third of the night. Her second foul. So you've reffed a lot. You've reffed in this county a lot. So like, what do you usually look for whenever you're reffing?
One of the biggest things as a new ref too is looking to stay consistent, and you look for those fouls that a coach is going to want, and not meaning and one up there, and not those fouls that the coach wants, but the foul that is needed or is actually there, especially in the paint. There's so many missed calls with kind of what happened down there with Hallie, that elbow to that push in the back. It's missed so much because a lot of refs, their eyes are going everywhere. They're ball watching. And that's one of the big things they teach us as first-year refs is you don't want to ball watch too much.
Nice little bucket right there. Mountain Lions, they are not going to go away. As hard as these Lady Panthers are going to try, they will not back down.
And the one big thing that the Mountain Lions are doing is they are spreading the floor so well.
And that's hard to do because this Panthers team, they're quick. They can close out fast. They can get cross court in the blink of an eye. I mean, anybody on that team can. They're all fast.
One thing I'll give the Lady Panthers tonight is their offensive rebounding has been phenomenal, especially by the guards. I look at Kelsey Smith and I look at McKenzie Hensley. They have got so many, at least combined for at least 6 offensive rebounds already.
Melton with the jumper.
It's good.
Off the front iron, off the backboard, hit that square, rolls right in. Hensley tries to fall on it, possession arrow, Lady Panthers. Smith is going to drive it right, kick it out to Hensley. Melton down to Collins in the post.
Ooh, a
Misses that
miss.
shot.
Got her own rebound, though.
Her own rebound. Melton over to Hensley. Fakes this jumper. Mills. Stop, set something up. Hensley fakes the jumper. Smith, just a lot of ball movement, trying to find the open shot.
Good
They've
defense
had
by
a couple open looks, but it's going to be a.
We're going to get a 30-second timeout from the Lady Panthers.
But you love to see something like that. Bombshell Beauties located on Knox Street in Barber offers a wide variety of women's clothing, shoes, accessories, hair products, lash extensions, and much, much more. Also visit their Pineville location in downtown. Find them on Facebook at Bombshell Beauties or give them a call at 606-546-4789. So in case you were wondering, we will be cutting the stream in between games. So once this game ends, I don't know if we're going to do an interview or anything yet. We're going to do a blue and gold player of the game. But I don't think we're going to do an interview since we're so tight on time right now. But yes, just in case you're wondering, we're going to be cutting the stream. So you will need to hop onto the new stream whenever that boys game rolls around.
We want to try to get them after the game, after the blue team, if they're here.
Mills on the wing.
Dang.
Nothing but that. Almost automatic.
Over the back. That pressure defense is one thing that can cause that so much in basketball is when you're playing that half-court press and you're playing both sides of the floor, it's so easy to get that one player confused on, am I one step over, am I one step back?
Collins looks wide open in the corner. They're letting her shoot. That was one thing she sort of worked on that. And, you know, I kind of felt like she had fixed last year with her jump shot. Mills.
Good take.
Oh, it looks like she got her shoulder caught on her hand right there. Just
Ooh, could have been another over and back right there.
Big three right here. Misses it.
Going to stay with the Pineville Lady Lions.
And something that I'll say about both these boys and these girls teams. Yeah, you have a starting 5, but in my opinion, it's not a starting 5. You have, like I said, 8 or 9 girls that could go out there and start. So you having that sort of team is what makes this Panther team so good. Like, if the Panthers only had their starting 5, this game would be a lot closer. They'd be a lot more tired if they had no supporting cast. But they have a very big supporting cast, and Pineville just doesn't have as much as one as the Lady Panthers, as Mills drives it right, almost muscle memory for her.
I was talking to someone the other day, it's going to be a timeout for the Lady Lions, but I was talking to someone the other day about how the next 5 off of the Lady, off of Knox Central's girls basketball team could go start at so many other schools, but they're staying here and putting in the work and showing that this season, you know, they want to win that region title.
They're willing to do whatever they can because they know that, you know, they're not willing to chase a ring or go and do this stuff because they know that they can win stuff here if they just do the little things right and they do their part. Because to have a region championship team, yeah, you know, you look at teams like, you could say North Laurel a couple years ago with Reed Shepard, you know, you had Davidson, you had these other guys, but those bench players were still coming in and filling in some of their roles. And you want to talk about, let's say, Harlan County. Trent Noah didn't really come out of the game, but who do you think he was having to pass to? He wasn't the only one scoring. So, yeah, you'll have a lot of one-man shows where one person will be a lot better than the other, but you look at the region championship game between Harlan County and Corbin, Maddox Huff was the star of that game, not Trent Noah.
Yep. And that's one thing. You look at, I seen a post the other day about some of the top players in the region, and I seen Hallie's name on there, and I seen Shelby Mills' name on there. you know, both of them could come out here and take 50 shots a night if they wanted to and score 50, 60 points. But they're here to win as a team.
Yeah. Now I talked to Shelby and Coach Warren after the game, and you know, they put Jackson County ended up putting a chaser on Mills towards at the start of the second half and limited her only to 8 points. But it was a 15-point game at halftime, and the Lady Panthers ended up winning by 30. So even though Shelby only scored 6 more points after scoring 21 in the first half, and they shut down the biggest threat, they still lost by 30.
Yep.
And that's something that's always kind of frustrated me with the way that people treat this. As that's a foul right there, hard foul. It's something that always kind of frustrated me. People would always look on the outside in and be like, Knox Central's Hallie Collins and Hallie Collins only.
That's Hallie's third foul.
Yeah, it's Hallie's third foul, but they would say, you know, it's just Hallie and it's just Shelby Mills, but they don't really watch the games to know that it is absolutely not just Hallie or Shelby. These other girls are putting in the work, and they are the reason why this team is so good. In the post on Gibson, great defense, grabs the rebound. Mills going to act like the point guard right now. Gibson just driving tough, gets stuffed at the rim. Gets out to Melton, over to Hamilton.
Good pass by Melton out there.
Hamilton wanted that layup, but thought Mills was open behind her. Gibson misses the shot.
Good offensive rebound by Hurst and puts it up and gets fouled.
Sydney Hurst.
Well, yeah, Sydney Hurst is. When she's out there, she gives you the minutes for being out there. She hustles, she shoots, she rebounds. And that's all you can ask out of her.
Drains it. Misses that second one. Almost gets her own rebound, but Hannah Melton grabs it. Skips over to Hamilton. Misses the jumper.
Rebound, Lady Lions. It's going to be a foul on Sydney Hurst.
Good call right there, but Panthers in the double bonus.
That Panther defense is working. They're up 20 now.
Yes, it is. Oh, looked like a little hands to the face right there. Missed call. Mills at the top of the key. Hamilton for three. Misses it. Gibson
nice
grabs
box
it
by Gibson.
rebound,
Misses it.
Misses the putback attempt.
Yeah.
Foul. Just kind of, it's just one of those situations where, you know, there's a lot of hands going at the ball. You know, there's not much that you can really see, but then just a little bit of physical contact, that's all it takes. As now the Mountain Lions are in the double bonus, so both teams in the double bonus. Be interesting to see how these coaches play this out. One thing that I saw last year at district tournaments and stuff was that Pineville has a really, really good, you know, their student, you know, their student sections are always really good, but they also have teachers that believe in them, like who worked at WYT, John North. John North, one of the best people that I know in the region, especially whenever it comes to journalism around here. He also helps a lot with the student body. He's a Sorry, technical difficulties right there.
Hamilton makes the second one. 54-33, Lady Panthers on top. Good defense by Gibson, but basket for the Lady Lions. if you watch throughout the game, you've noticed that Coach Warren has had 3 people running the ball up the court. Shelby Mills, Mackenzie Hensley, and Kelsey Smith. You know, that's very important that you have 3 different players that can bring the ball up for you to be that point guard, to control the game for you. Going to be Lady Panthers ball.
Checking in for the Lady Panthers, number 11, Kaden Smith.
I didn't realize that Kaylin Smith checked into the game. Gets a bucket right there.
Man, I had the opportunity to ref one of the JV games, and she just balled out, man. She is so good. She is strong. Maybe the strongest player on that team. She can shoot and she can dribble. That's one thing you don't see a ton out of a freshman coming in with that much confidence.
Yes, 100%.
Good take from Hensley. Going to get some free throws right here.
Foul number 15, Hannah Adler, first. At the line, shooting 2, number 33, Mackenzie Hensley.
Drains it. 23-point lead.
You know, you say that 23-point lead. Remember, in the first quarter, the Lady Panthers were down 8 points. It goes to show that defense they played has really stepped up. That man-to-man tight defense they play is just unreal. First shot's no good. Number 3, Kelsey Smith checking in. Sydney Hurst coming out.
And as we prepare for this next game, you want to talk about all-time favorite moments ever whenever it comes to sports. Being in the student section district championship against Pineville last year, where Braden Mills hits 2 free throws to take a 1-point lead in the final seconds, and Sawyer Thompson misses a jumper to lose the district championship. Panthers, after winning 4 games, end up winning the district and beating North Laurel first round of region, the reigning region champions at the time. Definitely one of my proudest moments as a Panther.
I would say one of mine was my freshman year. Our youth service center coordinator here, Cody Miller, actually was playing for the Panthers.
All-time great here at Knox.
All-time great. People forget how good he was.
Oh, yes.
He's probably 6'8", 6'9", but he played the shooting guard position here at Knox Central High School. Could shoot the 3 lights out. And I remember him just carrying us to the region tournament, and that was a big deal for us at the time. Ended up losing that game, but as a freshman, it was just unbelievable seeing that and being there in the student section.
So had they started by your freshman year? Was it at the arena yet, or was it still at
That was the first year of the arena.
Okay.
And I believe that was just such a big transition for some of those players that it kind of threw them off. And I say that every year, even now, is some of these players, when they get on that big court up there at the arena, it's a totally different ball game.
You see, and a lot of people, you hear a lot of talk, and it's going to be Mountain Lion ball. A lot of people talk. Some teams just do not perform at the arena, and some teams, they just light it up at the arena no matter what, no matter who's playing, no matter who the players are, no matter who the coaches is. Some programs just play better on that floor than others.
One thing for me as a spectator and fan going to watch those games is the lighting in there. And sometimes I feel like those lights in there are so bright. It
really
for
is.
shooters,
Too bright.
For shooters, that lighting is just so different for them that some can throw their shots off.
Yeah. I know we had Kayla Smith on here. She was a part of the team. She was on the girls basketball team, the cheer coach here, one of the cheer coaches here. She was on the girls basketball team that in one of the, I believe maybe her sophomore or junior year, that's when they switched over from what is now the middle school to the campus up here, and how it's such a different, like, you may not think it, but whenever you're shooting free throws, it like completely kind of messes with your head. You know, you're so used to seeing, if you go down to what's the middle school, you see
Good take, and one from Mackenzie Hensley.
basket right there, but you see it's a wall right behind it. You don't see anything else. But when I was talking to her, and I interviewed her last year at halftime of a game, she said when you're shooting down here towards the student section, it completely messes with you because it's just a different depth of field, and it can mess with you. And so I couldn't imagine playing something like this, and then you go to the arena where there's no wall for 300 feet past the rim.
Yep.
Time winding down here in the third quarter, just kind of
Good
chucks up
defense
a
there from
shot.
Hannah Mountain.
61-36 Panthers took it from a 9-point lead to a 25-point lead, only allowing 9 points for the Mountain Lions.
Harrison, what do you think was that big transition there from, being down 8 for the Lady Panthers to coming in, now you're up 25 points? What was that explosion?
You could definitely see that it was getting to them mentally. But we're going to go to an ad break real quick before the fourth quarter starts, and I will get back to that. So back to what I was saying, in my opinion, you could tell that mentally it was getting to the Panthers, that Pineville, no matter what they were doing defensively, they just kept knocking down shots. No matter what they did, no matter if they went to a zone, man, face guard, every attempt that they made defensively, Mountain Lions would not miss as Collins goes for a jumper and nails it right there. So
One of her first jumpers tonight, I feel like.
I believe so. But it was a big, you could tell it was a big mental obstacle. You could see a lot of players getting frustrated. And so whenever they just kind of sort of calm down, just let the game play out, that's a great defense there from Kaylin Smith. Panther ball.
As I was saying earlier, it's such a relief as a coach to see that you have 3 to 4 different players who can bring the ball up and control the game for you. I was talking about Mackenzie Hensley, Kelsey Smith, Shelby Mills, all those girls who can bring the ball up, control the game for you, and have that confidence to not get frustrated or feel under pressure.
I mean, it feels like 10 minutes ago we were talking about how Pineville may pull away with an upset right here. They're playing them close. But that's the thing, the Panthers are so quick that they can erase a lead in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, does not matter. Smith misses the first one.
Hits the second. Big minutes here for that freshman, Kaylin Smith. You can see the defense she's playing there. Those hands straight up. You know, Coach Warren's saying, hey, don't go out there and get in foul trouble right away.
That's what I was kind of saying earlier, is that you could tell even when you watch the JV games and stuff, they are playing like very obviously just trying to keep their hands up. Now I don't know if it's a foul thing or if it's a this and that. Like I don't know why, but it's definitely a change, and it's working.
Yeah, someone who's played basketball, I played up until about my freshman year, and one thing you don't want to do is go out there and get in foul trouble right away if you don't get a ton of minutes. You know, that hurts your minutes that you don't get to play, and that's what she wants to do, is get there and get better.
And I played back, like you said, until my freshman year. I didn't play my 7th grade year, played 8th grade, came and played a month of summer ball for Coach Madden, decided that I wanted to do this. I love Coach Madden as a coach. He's honestly the best basketball coach that I ever had, up there with probably Jason Lake, who helped coach the girls last year. Jason Lake, one of my favorite personalities around here. He would always go the extra mile, and he pushed me to be a better player and a better person, even with just a year of coaching that I had. That was in 5th grade. But I remember my 2nd year of 5th grade, after I got held back, we were playing Central Elementary at home. We're losing by 17. There's a minute left in the game. Jimbo Fisher looks at me. He says, "Harrison, I want you to go into the game, and I want you to foul." I fouled out by the time there was 45 seconds on the clock. I went in there, and I just fouled as much as I could. And see, that's what another thing that not a lot of kids will realize around here. And growing up, I certainly didn't realize it until maybe 2 years ago. These coaches, especially at the high school level, and if you're wanting to play college ball, she drains the 3 right there. They want coachable players. Sometimes they don't care how well you can play, how well you can dribble the ball, how hard you can hit, how far you can throw a football. They want you to be coachable. They want to be able to tell you what they want you to do, and they want you to be able to succeed in doing that.
100%. (68-41), Lady Panthers on top.
27-point lead for the Panthers. Jumper from Hallie Collins.
Hallie Collins got it. Got that shot going now.
Long 2. Coaches try to stay away from that sort of shot. The long 2 is considered the worst shot in basketball. But as long as you're hitting it and you've got that space. Crosses over. Great defense from Smith. And we ended up streaming the JV game yesterday, and the Lady Panthers started 3 girls in the JV game with the last name Smith. So it seems like I was saying Smith, over to Smith, pass it to Smith, Smith wide open, and Smith grabs the rebound. Smith puts it back up and hits the layup.
Checking in from the Lady Panthers, number 41, Sydney Lewis.
I know the Lady Panthers going to be graduating a pretty big class this year, but I've had the opportunity to ref some of those JV games, and I'll tell you what, some of those middle schoolers coming up are so talented. Oh, there's a good future here for Knox Central Lady Panthers.
She did bring her arm down right there, but I kind of felt like she got that ball, but then after it slipped, after she kind of got that ball, but she kind of hooked that arm a little bit right there. And, refs, they'll let you play, but they won't let stuff like that slide. Like, good call right there, in my opinion.
A lot of times, for viewers that don't know, when you see 2 players hit the floor going after a jump ball or going after the ball in general, refs are kind of, they want to get a jump ball as quick as they can for things get out of control or anybody gets hurt. So when you see players on the floor and you see that quick jump ball, that's what happens quite often.
Great pass there from Smith.
Good look.
Give and go. Misses the shot, but that's a great offensive possession right there. I think they call it maybe an over the back. Yeah, it's going to be an over the back.
Hallie's going to be her 4th.
That's 4 fouls for Hallie Collins. But that was a great pass and then a great cut there by Smith, but doesn't convert on that shot. But you love to see that sort of teamwork and communication, as that puts the Mountain Lions in the double bonus. Hallie Collins shattered the rebound record set by Emily Davis, who's now a teacher at Knox Central, her 2nd year here. Hurst skips it up to Hensley. Hensley over to Hamilton.
Good
Hamilton
look.
misses the shot.
One thing I'll give Steve Warren is he does not let his players let up on defense.
If there's one thing that I would do if I was playing against the Lady Panthers, is not test a one-on-one ball in the air with Shelby Mills and whoever she's going up against. She is going to grab that ball.
Oh, yeah.
Smith tries to back down.
Good take.
Misses it, but almost gets her own rebound.
Hurst with offensive rebound.
Great play there from Hurst. For halfway through the 4th quarter right here, Panthers holding on to about a 30-point lead consistently. Defense has been impeccable. Like I said, just forces a turnover right there.
Ooh, good hustle by Kaylin up
Almost
there.
takes out Justin Matlock down there. We would have just had to get rid of the blue and gold network if that would have happened. Love Justin and the opportunities that he's brought to Knox Central. I mean, I knew that I wanted to be a commentator like midway through my 7th grade year, but, you know, I thought whenever I was coming up to the high school, I was thinking there's no program for this. I'm going to have to do this on my own. And my dad gives me a random call and says, hey, Justin Matlock's starting a media arts program here at Knox Central. And I was like, you've got to be joking me. Like, it was insane how it feels like destiny almost.
Oh, yeah. Maggie Gibson just checked in, and so did Kylie Smith. 8th grader Kylie Smith coming in, getting a lot of minutes here for the Panthers throughout this season. She's going to be big for this team for the next couple of years, or I guess in the next 4 years.
Is a 15 foul. Shooting 2 shots, number 14. Rachel Howard.
Shooting that first one and misses it. You see, as the boys are about to play Pineville, I was in the student section at the Barville-Knox Central game, and I was hooting and hollering all night. Barville couldn't hit their free throws. If Barville hits their free throws that game, who knows? They might pull away with the win there, but went 0 for 8 on free throws in the 3rd quarter against the Panthers, which ultimately, in my opinion, ended up causing them to lose. Free throws will make and break a game.
Ooh, especially in high school basketball, that's one of the biggest things you've got to learn. Layups, free throws, got to be automatic on those.
Whenever you get to this level, you can excuse some missed layups and some missed free throws and shots in middle school, elementary school. Once you get to high school, it's got to be automatic. You got to be able to hit those free throws, and you got to be able to hit those layups. Misses that 3 right there, almost a second chance opportunity.
It's going to stay with the Lady Lions. Checking in.
Shelby Smith.
Number 20, Shelby Smith, 8th grader as well. Like we said earlier, this team has a lot of depth. They have a lot of kids coming up to play. That's going to be here for the next 4 or 5 years.
2 8th graders, 2 seniors, and a sophomore here on the court for the Lady Panthers. As you know, Pineville's taking it real slow, which surprises me because, you know, still have 2.5 minutes. You can get a few quick shots up and cut that deficit. I mean, you may think to yourself, oh, game's over, but yeah, at least I have a little bit of pride in yourself and try to score as much as you can. See what you can do as a team whenever you're playing against a front runner like Knox Central. You got to be able to see what you can do against the top dogs, especially this late whenever you're tired, so that whenever you match up against those other teams that are mid-level, you know, I'm surprised that they're taking it very slow.
Yes, I agree. We got a full timeout here for the Lady Lions.
Thank you, AG Trucking of Tyner, Kentucky, for supporting the Blue and Gold Network. Also, thank you to KBE Basketball Academy of London for supporting the stream. Thank you, Kings's Closet Monogramming and Boutique, located on the Court Square in Barville. Kings's Closet offers embroidery, DTF prints, men, women, and children's apparel. Call us at 606-619-4195. Find them on Facebook at Kings's Closet. Also, a special thank you to owner Abigail Collins for supporting media students and providing crew-neck sweatshirts for the winter season. Los Primos Mexican Restaurant, located on the Court Square in Barville, offers a wide variety of specialty authentic Mexican dishes. Find them on Facebook at Los Primos Mexican. We're giving them a call at 606-545-6000. Los Primos also provides to-go orders with DoorDash. Visit Los Primos today. As one of my favorite things I've seen the student section say all night, whenever the Mountain Lions would dribble and pass, they would go dribble, pass. And so, you know, that's definitely got to mess with your head.
Oh, yeah.
Mess with your head whenever you're just, you're doing those basic movements. It's kind of like whenever, you know, you're trying to talk and then, you know, it's just, let's say you're listening to your voice. I know they have these headphones that you'll speak and then it'll say exactly what you're saying back into the headphones with like a half a second delay. And it messes with your head.
this could be a possible matchup in the 51st District Tournament. If you're the Lady Lions, what do you do differently coming into that tournament later on against the Lady Panthers?
I think you just play like you did in the first quarter. Now, it's easier said than done, just say, oh, just play good, but Pineville, that you've shown that you can hit those shots. You've shown that you can beat these good teams on fast breaks. And so it's just about consistency and doing that the whole game and adapting, because the Lady Panthers adapted quick, and the Mountain Lions, after the Lady Panthers adapted, they didn't really have anything else to go. It's kind of, they'd already done the kitchen sink, and they didn't really have anything else to go off of once the Panthers figured out what they were trying to do.
I agree. One thing I would do similar also coming in that tournament is the defense they played on Hallie Collins. They didn't shut her down, but they definitely put pressure on her that first quarter. Hallie really picked it up, and I think she analyzed and she definitely picked apart that defense that they were playing on her coming into that second half of this game.
Shelby Smith pivots. Picked up her pivot right there. That's just
what happens a lot, those players, they're excited to get moving. They want to stop with the ball, but that pivot foot keeps sliding with them.
So as a ref, is that something that you look to?
Yeah, you have to. A lot of players want to get away. One of the biggest things is they say when they're going to the basket, it's a Euro step. No, it's not. You're picking up that foot. You're taking that extra step. You're sliding that foot. And I will say I've been in a lot of gyms that they don't clean the floor super good, and that foot's easy to slide in there.
Yeah.
One thing I will say is our floor is always excellent here compared to a lot of gyms I've been in.
Yeah. 40 seconds to go. Panthers fought a big win against a district opponent. Like you said earlier in the game, district opponent's a district opponent. You're gonna have to face up against these teams whenever it comes to the real deal time. You know, and Pineville's a team that I think is going to make it to that 33rd region tournament. I think this will be the 51st district championship game. And Pineville, like I said, they have potential. They are right there. I feel like they are just one or two steps away from really becoming a contender in this region.
Mm-hmm. Something I kind of miss is the rivalry of playing one time at home, one time away against your district. They kind of faded away over that, getting more opportunities to play a lot of other teams outside of your district and outside your region. But, you know, this is the only time they're going to meet before the tournament, if they meet in the tournament, and you play at Knox Central. Now, if they meet again, they're going to be playing at Barnwell City School, which is, you know, it's not either home court there, the neutral there. So it could be a whole different atmosphere for both teams coming into that.
Completely different. We're proud of our team. Hey, hey. Although I will say, something that almost, and you would be surprised, almost nobody knows our fight song. Nobody. You would be surprised. My mom made me memorize the fight song when we went up to the Corbin Arena to watch the boys play against Corbin in the region championship years ago. It's just always stuck with me. And so, you know, when those cheerleaders, the only people in this gym that really know the fight song are the cheerleaders.
My senior year, we had a pep rally before a big game against, I believe it was Bell County. And we brought all the students into the gym to practice the fight song before that game.
It's a simple fight song. There's nothing too complicated about it. Smith with the jumper.
Oh, in and out.
Rims out, and you hate to see that.
Has one of those shots as a player, you're like, why? Why did it have to? Why did that happen?
Well, you think it's just, you feel like it's just somebody put something in that rim. It's just, as an athlete, you can tell, just, oh gosh, you hate to see it. 3 8th graders and 2 freshmen on the court for the Lady Panthers.
You got a couple of multiple sport athletes out there. One that me and you called earlier this year, Molly Olmstead, great soccer player.
Yes.
But she also plays basketball.
Yeah. So last time we were on the call for a game was pretty, I mean, you want to say a classic. Came down the wire, Camp and Pineville boys, first round of the district tournament. A lot of people thought Pineville was going to walk in and just stomp all over them. But it was a 2-point game. Camp ends up missing the game-winning 3-pointer at the final seconds. But that was almost one of the bigger upsets that I had seen, you know, in high school basketball, especially in this area.
I agree. And that's all we said. These district games, especially when you get to the tournament time, is
You're 0-0.
if you're a senior, you're going out playing everything you have because it could be the last time you play on that court. So even if you're the underdog going in, you never know what a player's going to come out and just shoot the ball lights out, and that just puts a whole lot of pressure on you then as the team that was going to win. And that's the final score here, 77-46. Lady Panthers with the win.
Huge win for the Lady Panthers, I think. This is a Pineville team that can compete in this district and definitely compete in this region. I mean, district opponent's a district opponent. You love to get a win right there. You know, you hope that you can coast to easy wins with Barville and Lincoln, but again, it's district. You never know what's going to happen. Hope you can try. This is a big step to getting that first seed whenever it comes tournament time. Player of the game is going to go to Mackenzie Hensley. I feel like her defensive prowess throughout the game was huge, and you could tell that it was messing with the mountain lines and was a big reason on why they just couldn't move the ball around, because she was just stuffing up those passes, and she could drop the ball, she can shoot. It didn't matter. She was on point tonight.
I agree. One thing I was saying earlier in this game is she transitioned from that point guard role to more of that small forward, like point forward role. And that allows her to get down in there, play awesome defense on some of those mismatch players, get down there and get rebounds. Sometimes gets that mismatch on the shooting too, being able to drive to the basket. Excellent game from her.
So boys will now be taking on Pineville at about 7:30. So we are going to go ahead and cut the stream. We are going to be back here maybe 20 minutes, something like that. We will, we'll go live whenever is needed. Thank you for tuning in for the girls' game. Great game. We will see you all here very soon.